And welcome. I am Thomas Porteous and you are watching News X World. Let's take a look at some of the top stories. US President Donald Trump has dismissed efforts by Israeli lawmakers to advance legislation annexing the occupied West Bank, saying Israel is not going to do anything there. The bill, which would apply Israeli law to the territory claimed by Palestinians for a future state, won initial approval in the Knesset on Wednesday. US President Donald Trump has announced an immediate end to all trade negotiations with Canada, accusing Ottawa of egregious behaviour over a political ad featuring Ronald Reagan criticising tariffs. Trump has also imposed a 35% levy on Canadian imports, with exemptuous goods for goods covered under the USMCA trade deal. US President Donald Trump will meet Chinese President Xi Jinping in South Korea on October the 30th on the sidelines of the APEC summit, the White House has confirmed. It will be the first face-to-face between the two leaders since Trump's return to office, as trade tensions rise over Washington's threat of 100% tariffs and Beijing's restrictions on rare earth exports. A US warship will dock in Trinidad and Tobago next week for joint military exercises near the coast of Venezuela. The USS Gravely will be in the port of Spain from October the 26th to the 30th, with US Marines training alongside the Trinidad and Tobago Defense Force as part of Washington's regional anti-drug operations. Venezuelan President Nicolas Maduro pleads for peace amid rising tensions with the US. Venezuela launches Coast Independence 200 military drills to defend sovereignty, warned by Defense Minister Pedro Lopez. Lebanon's health ministry says 4 people were killed in Israeli airstrikes in the country's east and south. The IDF confirmed hitting targets linked to Hezbollah, saying the group had used the areas to plan attacks against Israel. Irish voters are casting ballots to elect a new president, with polls pointing to a landslide win for left-wing independent Catherine Connolly. The 68-year-old Galway MP holds a double-digit lead over former Cabinet Minister Heather Humphreys in what would be a stinging rebuke to the country's centre-right government. Argentine President Javier Milei urged supporters at a Rosario rally ahead of Sunday's midterms. Milei seeks votes to sustain his austerity policies, economic reforms and labour and tax plans amid pressure from the US and slipping approval ratings. Now we start in Europe, where the European Union